Episode 3, Trade Shifts, Rate Cuts, and Freight Squeeze. With interest rate uncertainty and global trade changes happening in parallel, logistic teams are balancing cost, expansion, and adaptability. This episode explores what it really means to plan in limbo. Flexibility is everything, because certainty isn't coming anytime soon. Hey there, and welcome back to Holding the Line, a Logistics at a Crossroads podcast. I'm your host, Gia. And today, we're diving into episode 3, where the pressures of global trade meet the weight of economic policy. And yeah, it's a lot to take in. So far in this series, we've talked about tariffs and the return of the rail. But now, there's another force reshaping how we work, how we plan, and how we move freight. Interest rates. Or more specifically, the uncertainty around them. Let's be real. The Federal Reserve doesn't operate in a vacuum. Their decisions have real-world consequences for infrastructure, expansion, and investment, especially when it comes to logistics. According to the Fed's latest projections, we're looking at 2 rate cuts this year, but not yet. And in the meantime, we're still dealing with a cocktail of inflation, rising consumer expectations, and for me personally, recession fears. For supply chain leaders, though, that's translating into paused projects, cautious budgets, and constant recalculations. Here's where it gets complicated, though. Just as tariffs shift trade routes, interest rate policies influence our infrastructure investment. When borrowing is expensive, the big projects slow down. And that includes everything from port expansions to much needed inland rail upgrades. But what happens when that money loosens up again? There's a scramble to catch up. And the ones feeling that pressure first, it isn't the boardroom, it isn't policymakers, it's those on the ground, your operations teams, your yard crews, your intermodal coordinators. It's people like us. So what are we forced to do? We have to adapt. We have to build flexibility into our networks before we even see the ripple effects. We have to stop chasing stability, and we have to start planning for movement again. So for those of you leading teams or making strategic decisions right now, here's what I want you to consider. Strengthen your current intermodal lanes to offset those cost spikes. Invest in a scalable infrastructure. Even if it's bite-sized, still invest. Use those AI and forecasting tools at the forefront to keep our plans agile and not rigid. Because the truth is, rail and intermodal aren't just reacting anymore. They're actively shaping how trade flow evolves. They're not just playing defense, they're influencing this field. So, here's my question for you. Is your organization positioned to respond to both trade policy shifts and the Fed decisions? Or are you hoping, like most people, things settle down before you have to make a move? We've got to stop having this conversation in crisis mode. We need to start making strategies now. Thanks for joining me on episode 3. In our next episode, we're going to pivot into something a little more personal, at least for a little bit. Because what happens when resilience is expected, but rest is not? Until then, stay sharp, stay steady, and as always, keep holding the line. You've been listening to Holding the Line, a Logistics at a Crossroads podcast. Subscribe, share, and join us for more honest conversations at the intersections of logistics and life. Until next time, I'll be navigating the crossroads right along with you.